Are we live? We gotta be live, man. People, Deluded, I'm back again. I hope everybody's doing well and safe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night, depending on who you are and wherever you are. Good afternoon / good evening to those of you that are in the UK, as it's 4 p.m. or 10 past 4, or what time did I actually come live? Let's just say I started at 10 past 4. I hope you're doing well and safe. Like I said, wherever you guys are, hope you're having a good start, a good start to the day. Hope you're having a good afternoon, wherever you are as well. Obviously, I hope you're having a fantastic week. And if you're not, at least I can console you with the fact that Emile Smith Rowe has quashed speculation over his future. Smith Rowe has signed a new deal for Arsenal. He signed a new long-term deal. It's believed he has signed a 4-year deal with the option of another one. So essentially a 5-year deal, people. And realistically, realistically, if you're honest with yourself, like how Saka signed the new deal, we're going to have to sit down and rework it, because these guys are developing. They're doing what they needs to be done. Like even Saka, since he signed the deal, he's got even better sort of thing. So I'm sure in the next year or so, we'll sit down. But I'm very happy that Smith Rowe stays for obvious reasons. I'm happy that he's also been given the number 10. With great power comes great responsibility, and hopefully he can live up to such. It deserves it. It's been he's been in the Arsenal team for a while, but that sort of level 6 months, and it's been a massive 6 months. You're getting praised by everybody. You're one of the first names on the team sheet. You've been granted the number 10 that certain great players have worn. We all know, for me, the one, when I think of 10, I think of Dennis Bergkamp. Big number. Harsh critics may say after a couple of months it's big boots to fill, but I back him to do it. And it's fantastic that he hasn't obviously joined Aston Villa and things like that. He's confirmed his future. Everything's good. We've signed a couple players. He signed a new deal. Obviously, in recent years, we still need to do a lot more. Obviously, you've now tied down Martinelli last year, Saka, Tierney has signed a new deal, and now there's Smith Rowe. So these guys, to have these 4 or 5 names tied down for the long term and be able to kind of control their futures, is very good. Balogun 5th. I knew I was missing someone out, and obviously Arthur Okonkwo. People of various different levels that have a future here. We've confirmed their deals, and obviously we didn't want this Smith Rowe thing to linger on. I know the club, Smith Rowe, and everyone you've seen connected said it looks like he'll sign a new deal. There's a willingness to complete a deal by both parties, but until it's signed, you don't know. And admittedly, people, I was looking for a few backgrounds to use, and even now you can't really see Smith Rowe's face. I more wanted to use this one, people, because I was just about to say, until you see him holding the shirt or doing the pictures, no, that's not it. You never know. But there's that one. There's this. This is what I was trying to roll with, but obviously you can't see Smith Rowe, which isn't of any help. So I'm happy the man has signed now, people. It's a big number. Any creative player is going to want to wear that number, But like I said, it's the same way as a striker, you want to be number 9, a winger, you want to be number 7, and all of these things. Just before I get into the actual article that Arsenal.com have posted and all of those sort of things, people, I'm gonna show you here. For me, anyways, before I get into that, I got some points. For me, the real work starts now. Because it's like Balogun, the real work starts now. It's like any of these young players. The real work starts now, because people expect stuff now. You're a number 10. You're expected to make the difference. You need to get goals and assists. You need to influence games at the very least. Yes, he's still young and developing, and most sane people get that. But the honeymoon period's done. I always tell you, lot, with these young players, they can do no wrong. Everybody loves them. Smith Rowe should be loved. He's done well. But by the turn of a hat, it starts switching up and criticism start falling in. Right now, he can do no wrong. He came into this thing as a unknown sort of thing, and he's doing his thing right now. So again, people are expecting stuff. You're going into a full season now. You're expected to make the difference. Of course, I hope that we sign a creative man and ease the burden on him as well. Don't know why he ain't got this hyphen there, but there you have it, people. And like I said, crucially, you've got players of tomorrow tied down to go with Smith Rowe now. There's expectation and great expectation on him to influence games, to keep improving, to show more consistency. And arguably next season probably is the best time for him to do that, because, I know we should be in Europe, but you could see Smith Rowe is still learning with having to play 2 games in quick succession. You can kind of, and get used to the intensity of the Prem. He's got another season to do that. And first and foremost, you feel a sense of pride, because he's a creative player. He's come all the way from the academy. He's come all over this. He's done what he's needed to do. And now he's our number 10. This is what the academy's done to do with him and Saka. And obviously, if you sell a couple of the Haaland boys on, that's what it meant to do as well. And, if we read the Arsenal.com, I know it sounds amazing. As you can see, I straight up copied and pasted the title and made it the title of this. Emile Smith Rowe signs new long-term deal. I mean, it's amazing, you know. Certain people might say this was done a very long time ago, but maybe that's a story for another day. Emile Smith Rowe has signed a long-term contract with the club. The attacking midfielder has been with us since the age of 9 and progressed through the ranks at our Hayland Academy, featuring for all our youth sides during his development with the club. His development and hard work with our academy colleagues in recent years, first team last season, he made 30 to coincide with his new contract. He'll also wear the number 10 shirt next season. We all know he's had a rapid rise and whatnot. We know he's been on the, it's not like he's an entire unknown. He has been on the first team circuit for a while. He had a good, you know, he didn't look ready when Arteta first took over. I remember he started against Everton. He went to Huddersfield. He had a dogfight there, you know, shout to Danny Crowley and them lot. That's one of the rare examples of a loan at Arsenal actually working. They haven't always worked. He went under Dan Crowley. They knew him. They did their research, and he, you know, I think he done better than he did in the Bundesliga. So it doesn't, you know, everybody's journey is different. And Smith Rowe, I'm not gonna lie, you know, Smith Rowe took a bit longer than expected to get there, but he got there. Everyone develops at different rates, and he's only going to get better. It's down to him to keep working, to keep the hunger, because everything he's ever dreamed of, he's got it now. The only way is down. You're an Arsenal number 10. 10 striker, winger, these are the positions Arsenal Football Club should always be looking at, you know, to improve. The only target is down in a healthy way now. As much as I'm falling in love with the fact that you're a great player, you're hailing, it's down to business. Your sense of importance. I hope that we sign players so that we can allow Smith Rowe to develop and not overplay him and things, but you've got it now. Nobody cares that you're a young player. You're seen as the man. Go out there and do it, because as you lot know with football, the romance is there. People love you conditionally. I'm not trying to be harsh. This is the reality of it. It's like Balogun. Everybody's wetting their knickers for Balogun up front. You don't get the same love if you miss 2 chances. The other team go over there and score. These are things that are going to happen because these are young men. For Smith Rowe, he's got to show it over a 38-game period. Simple as that. He's the 10. He's the 10, and he's got to want the ball. You know, he already wants it, but he's got to want to be the difference maker. I've always said he should look at Jack Grealish to be as an example. You know, he's emerged as a fantastic option for the team. I personally think long term he could play as an 8. He can play off the left hand side, the right as well, but off the left primarily. And clearly he's more comfortable within the 10 shirt. Obviously, I didn't think he'd ever sign for Aston Villa, but the longer it goes on, you don't know what could happen in football. So I'm happy that that one's gone. Bids were rejected. Hopefully his agent just used that to get a new deal. You look at Edu. Edu said, this is another important step forward for us, and we're all delighted that Emile has signed a new long-term contract. It's great to see another young player develop through our academy system to become a key player of our first team. Emile is a player who represents the future of the club, and this is why we have given him the 10 shirt. Can we work on Saliba's new deal now? We have trust in Emile, and we know he has the potential to be a beautiful player for many years to come. So do I, but he's only one man. We need 25 players that are 30, you know, in all different variables, and hopefully the creative burden is not just singly placed on the shoulders of the young Smith Rowe. Mikel Arteta said, as we all saw last season, Emile is an intelligent player with excellent ability. His sharpness on the turn and exceptional vision have already made him a key player for us. His attitude and willingness to learn have also been very impressive, and that's what will take him further than his ability. Huge credit to our team in our academy who have given Emile a great education and have worked superbly to help with his development through the age groups. Facts, you know, because it's the unsung heroes, the Hayland, you know, I walk past the Hayland staff, I won't even know, but it's them that deserve the credit because they've worked on this, man. Fundamentally, credit to Smith Rowe's family and him, and it's a fantastic moment for us, but definitely his family, because this is the things are made of dreams. Could you imagine being Arsenal's number 10 at 20 years of it? A world, like I said, I can only imagine how Saka feels, because Saka's last 2 years have been mad, especially with the Euros, and that sadly other scenes ended it, but you get it. Smith Rowe, 6 months ago, he could have suffered the same projected fate as a Joe Willett with another loan. Emile Smith Rowe, potentially, Joe Willett, Maitland-Niles, Eddie, potentially on the scrap heap of leaving the club. But he got his opportunity and he took it. Took too long, but he got it eventually, man. So I'm happy for that, people. And he is firmly part of the squad. If we listen to Emile himself, you know, the 10 is a big shirt, so I'm buzzing. Facts. And, you know, you've got to relish pressure. I always say the 3 C's: confidence, competence, consistency. He's got the competence. He's got to keep showing that. You know, consistency. There's no point being able to do it on a Friday. I mean, what, on a Saturday if you can't do it in a midweek on a Tuesday. You know, the consistency, the competence. You're a midfield man. You're a creative man. Want the ball, dictate the tempo of a game, influence it from a creative point of view. Also, goals and assists is what's gonna, to a degree, make or break the individual. And whatnot. It's a big shirt, like you said, and there will be moments he goes through a loss of form, because as I said, it's the honeymoon period. Everything's gone right like that. there needs to be, to keep like in life, there's trajectory, you know, riding high in April, shot down in May, like Saka. The first disappointing bit in Saka's career is probably that missed penalty now, you know, and it's been a wild win. And like I said, there's going to be a time for Saka where he's going through a woeful bit of form. You could have even said that to our period last year. Smith Rowe the same. So enjoy this moment and whatnot. But tomorrow is work. You know, be happy. But tomorrow is work season. You got to grind like you're still under 23s, under 18s, not being given an opportunity. It's early doors, really and truly. You know, I know there's a lot of people saying things like, oh, competition, we can't sign a 10. Brother, we're Arsenal Football Club. You should have people, you know, in an ideal world, for me, you sign an 8. You have a number 8, you have Partey, you have Smith Rowe. If you can sign another 8.5 and 8, you can get goals in midfield, great. If you sign another 10, I don't mind, because Smith Rowe and them can compete. Smith Rowe showed he can compete against Odegaard and kept him out the team more time. Or you can use both, or there's a time where none are needed, really and truly. So, you know, all this talk about we can't bring in this and we can't bring in that, we bloody well can, you know. A couple of wingers need to be cleared off the books. I love Saka and Pepe, but I do think you need other wingers. You know, Martinelli, I think he's the striker for this football club. I do think you need other strikers. You know, the only way is down. They have no divine right to just be that position. You know, the only way is down. Everybody wants your shirt. You're number 10 for Arsenal Football Club. Millions of kids, millions of adults like myself would give a lot to be in your situation. So there'll be players. The only way is up, but you know, the only way also is down. So like I said, come tomorrow, hard work, you grind again. I'm very proud that this young Haaland man has come through, man. I'm happy for him, Balogun, Saka, you know, I'm happy either whether they are here long term or not. I'm happy for Saka. I mean, not Saka, hopefully he's here long term. Nelson, Joe and Eddie, because they've come, it's a very good thing. They've come from the academy. They've played first team football. They could all look back with a sense of pride. But this is what the academy should do. How much money has Smith Rowe saved us? You know, but just from coming from the academy, how much he saved us based on the fact that Villa wanted him for 30. He saved us 30 million. So now we can go and do other things. And that's what you want to see. I would love for a young right back to come through our academy real quick, you know. Hoping on Brooke to do it as well. But yeah, he said everyone knows that the 10 is a big shirt and it's definitely a big position as well. So I'm buzzing, to be honest. I can't wait to get on the pitch. It's really special. I can't explain the feeling when I found out. I've not really got the words to explain it right now. But yeah, I'm really happy. And for me, there's a lot more evolution to come with Smith Rowe. You know, he's a very humble and shy guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's him. But I still think there's a lot more personality to come through on a football field. I don't think, and you're seeing it a bit with Saka, and even he's still got to go. Right now, not in the wrong way, but they're humble on the football field. You see teenagers, young 20-year-olds. Now he's got to be a bit more demanding, less sort of friend stuff. I'm nasty with it. I'm a bit of a see you next Tuesday, like Grealish. Like, this is my house. This is my show. I am the number 10. I've got to make the difference. So I'm keen to see the evolution and see more of his football personality, not just what he does with a football and things. And it's down to him to keep improving, you know. Creativity should not be placed on his shoulders. Not one singular man can improve us in terms of scoring goals, creating goals, or defending. It's a system business. Everyone's got to be with it. But man are looking at him. Like he said, see there, Mesut Ozil, Dennis Bergkamp. When you think of them, you think of elegance and all of those sort of things there. Please make sure you hit the like button, people. So he's got a lot to do, you know. Like he said, he can't explain the feeling. It's a madness, and you wouldn't fight. How would you have words for that? You wouldn't have words for that. Trust, unfortunately, William Gallas had his hands on that, and he was captain, an absolute disgraceful captain, and an abysmal wearer of the number 10. But let's focus on the guys that are actually good. I don't know who was bugging out and gave him that, but it is what it is, people. He went on to say, when I was younger, I used to watch Dennis Bergkamp, and when I was going through the academy, Mesut Ozil was here as well, and getting the opportunity to train with him and play with him as well was unbelievable. You see, we all guys know I'll go on for Mesut. I just want to keep working hard, and hopefully I can play like them and replicate what they've done. So what will it feel like the first time he spots a fan at the Emirates Stadium wearing the Emile 10 shirt? That's going to feel amazing. I can't wait to see that. I'm not going to think too much about it, but I'm just going to wait and see what happens. And do you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything will fall into place. And it's only going to get harder for you now. You know, he's a shy guy. Life is going to come at him quick. You know, it was already coming. He's an Arsenal footballer, so it's already come at him quicker from a youth man. But now you're Arsenal's number 10. You're not just Arsenal Academy player. You're a poster boy now. Everywhere you go, man are going to be onto you. Hella sponsors are going to throw themselves at you. The women are going to throw themselves at you. So there's a lot that he's going to go through, not just from a footballing evolution point of view, from a life point of view. Now, life is coming at him real quick, just like Saka. Saka, I don't think has ever had a second And I hope he got it now after having a break to just sit back and just take in things, you know, because physical fatigue is one thing, mental fatigue is the next one, you know. And these players, when you're just doing so much, you can't even comprehend. So they can look back with sense of pride. And I'm going to this game against Chelsea. Hopefully Smith Rowe gets to play. That's that, people. He also went on to say it's been a crazy journey, but I am so happy. It's been a crazy journey. Like I said, being here since I was 10 years old, coming through the ranks with loads of teammates and stuff along the way. So finally putting pen to paper on a long-term deal is something that I've been waiting to do. I feel like it's been an up and down journey. There have been lots of downs with injuries and so on. Yeah, there have, man. You know, there has been, you know. Weren't the best of loan spells at Leipzig. You weren't fit. You know, you were, like I said, in the Reece Nelson, Joe Willock, Eddie and Nketiah sort of bracket. And he's left them. And I hope a lot of them do. Because how much has he saved us? You know, in another world, like with one of them players probably, and that's life, you could have sold Smith Rowe to Huddersfield permanently, Villa buy him, and then, oh, how was this? What happened there? Sort of thing. And whatnot. Obviously, the only bad thing I'd say is not that Smith Rowe's got the 10. It's just, not that I didn't want you to get the 10. It's just I was kind of hoping the 10 shirt, the Madison links, you know, there's something going on there. The 8 is still free. So Aura and Madison, come do this thing. Arteta, if you're listening to the live streams or the one earpod Donny who normally does, you know what to do. In fact, he might have even left. He might still be on holiday. He said, he said it's been an up and down journey. He said, I feel like I've had a lot of experience going out on loan and stuff. So it's definitely been a hard one, but I'm really happy to commit my future to Arsenal. And he's, like I said, he's already had periods that weren't honeymoon. This is life, you know, it's not rosy, you know, and these things, every experience in your life, you don't know it at the time, but it makes you stronger. You know, and like I said, he has to just keep that same hunger. Everything will fall into place. I feel like I don't really try to set myself any challenges going forward. I try to keep moving game by game and see how it goes. I don't like to put too much pressure on myself, but I'm sure it's going to be a big season for me and the team as well. Exactly. You know, I'm sure he sets himself targets. I want to get certain goals. I want to get certain assists, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. Same way you're number 10, don't feed too much into it. Because it's all, as much as football's the biggest thing to me, it's mad important. Millions of people are watching. It's a game of football. You're not doing brain surgery on someone. You're not at war. It's a game of football and you're wearing a shirt on your back. So don't forget to just keep playing with a smile on your face. Don't let the 10 swallow you. Pause. Don't succumb to the pressure. The same way, recognize what's going on now, but don't choke. Don't allow it to make you anxious. Relish it. What shall be, shall be. If you have a bad game, learn from it. You have a good game, learn from it. You know, you're never as good as you think you are. You're never as bad as they say or you think you are. Keep balance in life and you can do what you need to do. The manager always wants me to score more goals. Didn't you do one in pre-season? I think that's important for the position that I play in. He's right. So I try and score and create more goals for the team. I think it will help us majorly. So that's what I'm going to focus on in training as well. Facts. And obviously, one thing I like about Smith Rowe is he's been on it defensively. He puts a shift in. He might not be the strongest and, you know, the most imposing of figure, but he's on the pressing. My dream is to become a legend here. I can see myself becoming a one-club man if everything works out. I hear you. You know, let's see how you are when you've developed and you've become the Smith Rowe I believe you to be at 26 and you're bordering on the England squad and you should be playing for a team that relishes trophies. I wonder if you and Saka stay because I don't doubt you want to be a one-club man. I don't doubt you love the club, but if the club can't match what you are having, you have one career. And yeah, it would be great for you to be that if you stayed at 26 and was a one club man. But when you're 32 and you're looking like that, you're not a first teamer of such, the club are just going to give you a presentation and a testimonial and say thank you for the memory. So when you have decisions to make, we'll see. But in a couple of years, the City put an offer on the table, we'll see. But I'd love for you to be a one club man, of course. So having signed a long-term deal, does the creator still feel the same now? Yes, 100%. I said that in an interview and I mean it definitely. I can't wait to carry on playing for this wonderful club and we'll see what happens. Signing my new contract means so much to me. I've been waiting for it and to carry on playing for this club, it means so much to me and I'm so happy. I feel like I didn't really have to think too much about it. You know, I've been at the club since I was 10 years old. So, well, someone said 9. So for me, it was just about carrying on at this club. So like I said, I'm really happy. Let's be real. There was a lot to think about because if I'm real with you, you know, when you remove the romance behind it, why you only got to look in the last 6 months, you're aging and you had to sit down with Arteta and ask exactly how you plan. Is it just cap or do you really rate me? What are we trying to do? When we remove past the media and the PR stuff from all parties, there was an element of that. I'm sure it was an easy decision, but there's certain I's that got to be dotted and T's that have got to be crossed. I like Smith Rowe 32 as well. I defo like having him on a 4-year deal with an exception of a 5th, and I like Emile Smith Rowe 10. It shows the elevation, and just like with Saka, the fact that You know, 2 years ago, you weren't our 10 and 7. You guys are. So you lot can be filled with pride for what you lot brought to the table, people. But in relation to Smith Rowe, as I said, I'm buzzing. I'm happy. It's like a new signing, like Arsene Wenger would say. Hopefully, we can sign a creator that could, we'll speak about James Maddison in a minute, but hopefully we could sign people that could allow Smith Rowe to flourish under different circumstances. Why do our young players have to thrive in adversity? It's like they're on a battlefield and they're coming of age. They bust their first gun and they bust it again. Why can't they look to the left and right and they know that there's people that are on the same mission that they're on? Because as much as I have admiration for Smith Rowe and Saka, it's not their fault. When they're having bad games, it's too correlated to us not winning. And it shouldn't be that. There's too much, there's pressure, but we don't need to put unnecessary pressure on the young man. So I hope we get an 8.5, or 2 of them, or another 10 for him to compete / play with and stuff. But we'll see how it goes, people, really and truly. Please make sure you're hitting that like button and all of those sort of things. And for the last time, I'm so happy Smith Rowe is staying. Like, it's amazing. Smith Rowe has signed a long-term deal, people. Yes, you are not living in a movie. This is 100% facts because we just read it. But I hope everyone's doing well and safe. As I said, please make sure you're hitting the like button. First time watching DG